Flere hundre demonstranter samlet seg mandag i Milwaukee i forbindelse med republikanernes landsmøte. Blant de var det mange studenter.
The Students for a Democratic Society are here to march on the RNC, to call for peace and justice and equality for all, to defend women's and reproductive rights, to march against their hateful, reactionary right-wing agenda, and to stand with Palestine. Trump has actually been talking about wanting to defund the Department of Education. So, we represent students at a lot of colleges, is where the majority of our students are from, and the funding for public colleges would be greatly jeopardized by someone like Trump becoming president again. The last time he was president, he actually made Betsy DeVos his Department of Education cabinet, appointed person, and she funds and gets a lot of support from charter schools. So she's been a huge threat to public education from day one. Students are also tired of the reactionary, hateful bills that the Republicans have been putting everywhere. We've had students who've been protesting abortion ban bills, saying women and people who can be pregnant should have the say over what happens to their body and their whole life. And students have been saying no to hateful things like the funding of genocide that the Republicans are intent on doing just as much as the Democrats.
How has your experience been with those student protests?
Yes, so that was a huge movement this spring. And students have actually been protesting for Palestine going all the way back to fall. But things definitely heated up this spring with students saying no in a really big way, having encampments all across the country. SDS itself was at and helped lead encampments at over 20 schools. And there have been a lot of attacks on students as a result from administrators suspending them, even expelling one from my local chapter, but students are still saying, no, this is the movement that we want to build. We want schools to divest from genocide and Israeli apartheid, cut all the investments, cut any use of sending students who get educated to go make weapons that get sent to Israel, saying no to all of that.
Yeah. So if the Republican Party wins the election this coming November, what's your fear for higher education?
So I think that it would get attacked on multiple fronts. I think that it would get attacked in that they are going to be hostile to funding it or, strengthening the public schools and public colleges around the country. Trump has been vocal about that from the start. And I think, too, that the student movement and student protesters themselves would be attacked. I think a lot of the Republicans have been vocal saying that students should get deported and expelled just for participating in the pro-Palestine movement. And we think that's horrible. We think that this movement is a very positive thing and it's here to stay. And students should be able to protest for Palestine at their schools.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.